Hey guys, welcome to the Cow Emporium. This is a garden vlog. I know that we have YouTube friends that enjoy seeing the garden, so here we go. This is the potato, corn, and winter squash bed. In the middle here, my sister-in-law has potatoes, and it's nice because the summer season is the only time I really get to see her, and at least one of my nephews comes out every week. So we have drip lines on the winter squash, the corn, and the potatoes in this bed, which really helps because I can just plug the hose in and let it run for an hour, set my timer, and go do something else, come back and just move it on to the next line. All right, you guys, don't mind the weeds. It's a work in progress. Once you weed it though, when you grow in this style like we do, the market garden style, in these 30-inch beds, the plants grow and basically block the weeds out. They're so intensively planted. Glenn's putting peppers in for me. And there's some celery there, and I got some scallions going in. This bed will also host leeks and first round of lettuce. Happy June 1st. It's coming along. It's almost time to put the pea fence up. When we first started gardening like this, Glenn made these markers for us. So as you can see, they fit across the 30-inch bed. And for the onions and the lettuce, I'm going to be using this 3-1. So I'm going to go down the row and just mark it like this. And then I'm going to go back across the row, and everywhere there's a corner, the plant goes in. It's coming along. These are my little scallion roots. So I grow them together like this, and then soak them until the roots will come apart easily. I just want to show you guys something. Look at this. How gorgeous those peppers look. Wow. I got 3 chilies here. I put in the rest of my chilies in the greenhouse. Just hedging my bets. I got all the scallions laid out. They're kind of hard to see because they're little. There they are. Certainly gardening like this is a little bit fussy, but when everything is growing in these perfect straight lines, guys, it is gorgeous. Here's a look at what happened today. We transplanted out the lettuce and the peppers. The beans are coming up in this row here. It's awesome. This is the beet row. We just weeded it. So you guys probably can't see it, but there are 3 rows of beets in here, and after we weeded, I could really tell what wasn't coming up, so I reseeded it. Somewhere in the middle here, I must have had some old seed or something, so I made sure I opened a brand new package of beets. So everywhere there's a little divot there, that's where I had to put new seed. Crazy. Oh, Glenn's starting to water. Better get out of here. In this bed here, I planted chickpeas quite a while ago. I think probably a couple of weeks ago, and they're not up yet. In the next row over, I planted soybeans. We had a big rain after the chickpeas went in, and all my Googling, looking it up, it said that, even the package instructions said the seeds don't want to be soaking wet right when they're planted because they might split. So I hope with our heat we've had and the watering we gave it, that they come up. I'm really anxious to grow my own chickpeas and soybeans, so we'll see. The rows of onions and garlic are coming along pretty good. I weeded this one yesterday, so I need to get on this one. It's not a hard job weeding this garden. I bought Glenn's beautiful lavender, and that's the start of our cabbage tunnels. I'm splitting them into 25-foot rows. So I believe we put 16 cabbages in there, and I need to make like another 3 cabbage tunnels just like that. So Glenn's got to make me some more of the hoops for it though. You see that big mess of straw at the back there? Glenn thought we should try growing our potatoes Ruth Stout method. So that's straw, not hay. Never put hay in a garden because it's bad enough with the straw. You can see the barley's growing up in it. But yeah, we'll see if we can get them growing nicely without scab. We'll see. So in this method, you put your piece of potato right on the dirt and then cover it up with the straw. He also has installed drip lines for me on all my squash. This bed has squash, summer squash, and cucumbers. I think I have 3 different kinds of squash, and I am growing 3 plants of each, I believe. So we'll be in the squash business. We also had, my sister-in-law had leftover potatoes from her planting, so we put some in the ground in this row here. So we'll see how the Columbus, they're a really beautiful early white potato that's just gorgeous. Yellow potato maybe. Okay, so you saw the crate. We store 5 to 6 of those crates of potatoes full for our winter. And here is about a crate and a half that didn't get used up. So just for a little family of ours, of 3 of us eating at home, we did pretty good actually. I used a lot of potatoes. That's what's left of the onions. Not really bad. Man, I had so many onions going into winter that I didn't really know if I was going to use them all up. These are small wonder spaghetti squash, and these squash are just absolutely brilliant. You can see it's June 7th today. That squash is perfectly fine to still eat. So yes, I'm not a monster. I saved out about 6 to 8 of them to use up here. We could still be using these potatoes, and I saved some out, but like they're decently firm still. But it's time to get them out. Every couple of years we have to put new plastic on the greenhouse. This is the year. And I obviously haven't started using it yet. So all these plants are getting evicted. Glenn and I bought this rhubarb. It's one of the first rhubarb plants we bought. We had no idea at the time, but if you look at the stalks on it, they're not red and green like most rhubarb. This one is just green. And it tastes like rhubarb, but we just can't get over the fact that it's not red. So the bird's nest has emptied, so it's getting evicted. Big time eviction happening around here. We grow our cabbages under this cloth. I can see that weeds are growing along the side, inside of there, but I'm not ready to open it just yet. We watered this last night, so I don't want to go too crazy walking in here, but I want to show you something very cool. The row here that looks like it's worked up, Glenn broad forked that last night. We're going to plant that out to something else. My chickpeas never came up. But here are some soybeans that I'm growing. We had some cutworm damage, so I dug in a little protective covering around the soybeans so that the cutworms can't get to it, because they just come along after dark and just eat the plant off right at the surface. So annoying. That's the evil weed that Glenn manages for me. That's cilantro. I can't do anything with it. It's terrible. Can't even stand smelling it. These are dill and French beans in this row. And then the onions and the garlic looking really awesome. Another cabbage tunnel. We threw some potatoes back here. They're coming up. The Ruth Stout potatoes are now coming up from the start of this video. And this row here with the drip line is summer squash and cucumbers. Oh, somebody's upsetty spaghetti out there. So that is the tour of the garden. I want to show you the drip line irrigation that Glenn put in our fruit forest now. I'll just show you our Torii gate leading into our big garden. I'm gonna try to put together a video of Glenn making this and why we have a Torii gate in Alberta, Canada. There are 3 stations to Glenn's outdoor water system that he started. This yellow hose is the only really above ground hose that hooks up to the house that runs all these stations. So the tap there, I can run a separate hose off of there, and then the line from the house is hardwired into that pipe. So from there, I can turn on the soaker hose for the greenhouse. There's a second station with a similar tap on it, and this one has an underground pipe that leads to Glenn's strawberry bed with a soaker hose with the same sort of a shut off here for that. We can bring a hose in and hook it up to here, easily water our asparagus bed, the onions, and the raspberries back there. Our third station is in the fruit forest by the chicken coop. See it there? It has a hard line wired into the bottom and then also a tap up top. He's just got this little section left to bury. So he's buried lines to every one of the fruit trees in this yard. And they have little emitters on them. I'll see if I have a video where the water comes out when you turn it on and sprinkles the plants. I'm going to end this video by showing you what a difference 11 days in the garden can make. Check this out. So from the beginning, when it was just bare nothing, some barely coming up, I'm like, look, you can see it's coming up, to this. This is my favorite stage of the garden. It's absolutely gorgeous. The next stage, well, you know, it's a bit of work, but we really enjoy it. The next stage, the harvesting part, is arguably the hardest, probably, besides trying to keep it watered. Well, the birds think that I am apparently going to eat their babies, so sorry if that was super annoying. Thanks for coming on my garden tour. I can't wait to show you the next time because it's going to be even more beautiful, if that's possible. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.